touchback as that sails over the end line. Play clock winding down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The play fake to Rawls. Wilson rolling to his right. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. He got 29 yards that time.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First carry for Thomas Rawls. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Throwing now, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
The Cowboys offense marches onto the field, and for them, I think the biggest story this preseason, maybe the biggest preseason story across the league, has been Dak Prescott.
It wasn't that long ago, during the preseason, we were discussing about what Dallas would do for a backup quarterback behind Tony Romo. Would they go out and get a veteran? Would they have to make a trade? Instead, now, we're just talking about Dak Prescott looking like he solidified himself as the number 2 guy.
The 20. And he'll touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 45 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. First down, this is Rawls. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A nice, strong run there for Rawls. His coach is back in high school in Flint, Michigan. You know what his nickname was?
No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
What? It makes sense when you watch runs like that, because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them.
They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Now Wilson on second down. It's caught. Lockett. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
A really nice read by the offense. They caught the defense not covering the middle of the field, went to the post route, and found the receiver wide open for a nice gain.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. And now the defense for Dallas.
Sean Lee is a linebacker with an exciting mix of tackling ability and coverage skills.
Now it's Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jimmy Graham, 27 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They start on the ground with Elliott, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
On second down, Elliott. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy. Fresh set of downs here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. A first down carry by Elliott. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now I've been in New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California.
I got some out in Dallas, now I'm smelling like LA. Met a from Miami to the Machiavelli. Left the kids on the belly, left the vid on my celly. She ate like spaghetti, I'm hitting gas and Dreddy. Met some killers in Memphis, like they from Oakland. Give me my flowers while I can smell them. Ain't talking about roses, literally I'm lean. Mix it like a bought it in Nashville. Then I woke up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's sun, California, but nothing like it.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Cousins Redskins going up against Wilson Seahawks. With that, let's get you up to Seattle. We're standing by are our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Sean Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Redskins and the Seattle Seahawks. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's the first carry for Matt Jones. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. All right, let's meet your starters. Matt Jones. What do you have to say, Charles?
Supposed to just be a third down back when he came into the league. He ran so well, it forced everyone to change their opinion. Matt Jones is a 3-down back.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Cousins now on 2nd down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner.
And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now on 4th down, the 2014 NFL leader is a rookie in yards per punt, Tress Way on to kick it. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20. On 1st down, Wilson. And he hits Jermaine Kearse. And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup. And it's good enough for a Seattle first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jermaine Kearse, 67 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
One man in the backfield, that's Jones. Cousins, incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And the offense facing a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Cousins. And able to find Garçon. Give him 30 yards there.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. First down, here's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Looking to build off about where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Complete outright to Kurtz. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball down. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And switching gears here a little bit, you know, the players always talk to us about their Madden ratings, and it's Madden release week.
Yeah, they're never real happy about it.
They never are they?
No, they're really not. They always think they're better or want to be better, and they want to see it increase and improve as the season goes along. But just last week, I was at an NFL training camp. I heard a couple guys talking about playing Madden. And one guy said, yeah, you just wait till next week when the new game comes out. I'm going to get you. Well, next week is here. Those guys are probably getting ready to go at it real soon.
On 2nd down, Rawls. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. And Charles, with Thomas Rawls, they're going to continue to keep a close eye on that ankle that he had surgery on.
They would love to get him some work in the preseason, probably in the last game, but it's not crucial. Christian Michael has come back to the Seahawks and run really, really well, so they can slow things down for Thomas Rawls and make sure he's healthy.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. And he fires one, but incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it'll be 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. To throw is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. A look at Washington. They come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Cousins on first down. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. It's a foot race. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Yeah, we'll see what his offense can do. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. A gain of 13 and also the first down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. On first down, Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got the big tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, 29 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Hauschka to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Cousins now to throw on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game. And I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. who's going to get the next one. It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity. Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Cousins now from the 50. And he drops it incomplete. And they're struggles continue here. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Throwing, Cousins, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Cousins to throw it. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And this defense will take over right at midfield. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Throwing is Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him...
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran corner, D'Angelo Hall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just
now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A first down throw for Cousins. Here's a first NFL catch for Josh Doctson. And the TCU product, Josh Doctson, so explosive but had that Achilles injury. Don't know he's really been able to show the full arsenal, has he?
Not at all, and it's not as much of a concern about the speed as it is about his leaping ability. That's his stock in trade, able to go up over the top of defenders and make catches.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Hopkins' kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They come out here in the eye. Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
The play clock's running down. Wilson, a give to Rolls. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Wilson finding time, and it is incomplete. Okay, Charles, while we got a second here, we're creeping up on the end of August. That means fantasy drafts are coming up. I've got my family draft this weekend. I know my father, Bob, could use some help. Who do you like? Who are you taking?
Well, what's interesting to me is how Ezekiel Elliott from Dallas has gotten so much attention leading up to this. But with the preseason where he hasn't played much, I want to see if his value goes down a little bit. But I will tell you this, my sleeper at wide receiver, Michael Thomas, rookie with the New Orleans Saints.
Think he's got big upside this year?
I think he's got big upside. Drew Brees is throwing the ball. Sean Payton's calling the plays. I'd take a good strong look at him.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson, and he finds Jimmy Graham. 12 yards is the pickup there, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. They run again with Michael. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And able to find Graham, complete. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a first and goal. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Here's the sneak with Wilson. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal.
Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
Wilson on the keeper. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Here's the sneak with Wilson. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Redskins are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So 2nd and 10 here. Out of his end zone, Cousins toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. It's brought in by Doxson. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
We know it's tough enough to pick up 1st downs on 3rd down plays. But when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's going to let it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home, all right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on 3rd down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Wilson. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins are going to win the football game. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end? And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Shift together here from the D-line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Okay, I think we can safely agree. That's not a call you see very often on 1st and 10.
Ever. Who calls a 1st down sneak?
I guess the best we've probably seen is a 1st down quarterback draw.
Right.
Yeah, but not a sneak. But they did gain yards.